Hello there, Big Benedict here. We're playing God of War 2 on Titan difficulty. This is my no upgrade run plus. We're now on Installment the 8th. So some of the fights in this chapter will be done under Pain Plus conditions. Some of them not. Anyway, so we're going to let these Hades harpies get to our level, and then we're going to quickly dispatch them, save our progress down here. This is a really interesting place down here. Some of the fights are kind of lame though, and one of the longer encounters is going to involve the Titan Minotaur, and it just goes on for far too long, and it's my own fault for letting that happen. There is one little tip about flying. Let me see if I actually do this shitty little fight here, or if I just decide to skip it. Yeah, I did try to do that fight, but it's just so stupid. But when you're flying like this, and when you're about to land, don't keep holding the X button, or you'll fall like face down and you look like a moron. So just let go of the button, and then you'll land softly. So this is a really fun fight over here. You've got these Hades harpies, the potential frame rate killers with their AoEs. But what we're gonna do is either do square triangle to make them bounce, or square triangle to do the same thing, and then we'll hold the O button to throw the bird, for like, I don't know what the fuck are they called, harpies, birds. They look like birds to me, god damn it. But we'll just throw them right at the Satyr champion here, and then you'll have another one of them spawning. You notice that it throws the harpy at the larger target. That's what it's programmed to do. And you can of course move it if you want to, but the goal here is to throw them at him. And is he dead? He's almost dead. So I've instigated a sparring match here, and we're gonna, that's so fucking cool. And then we'll have one more coming down here. Fights like this I really enjoy. And I think this was this done no damage? I don't know. Some of these fights I try to do them no damage, and I'm just thinking, like, why am I even trying to do it no damage? And there's just no reason for it. I guess it's just a little extra challenge for myself, and some of the other times when I'm trying to do it under Pain Plus conditions, I'm just thinking to myself, why? Like, why am I even trying to do it? This is not a Pain Plus run. So yeah, this looks like it was done no damage. This is my favorite music in the game too, if you listen closely. I absolutely love it. And oh yeah, I did take a hit because I was trying to be extravagant with doing the L1 plus X launch, which is prohibited on Pain Plus, but again, we're not doing Pain Plus. Okay, there's some chests over there which I'm going to ignore, and then we're going to do this really long fight with a Titan Minotaur. It should be encounter 3 of 3. I don't know, but it's going to take about 1,000,000 fucking super plumes to take this thing out. And this also was done no damage. So here he comes. This one, for some reason, is not programmed to throw rocks at you. It might if you put too much. I just do not think it throws rocks. So I could have sped this up by, using the hammer. Although that's a little risky to use the hammer, but certainly using some magic and maybe some of the rage. But it just gives you a pretty clear idea how weak our blades are. So all you need to do, guys, all I do is I time it properly so that I can get a super plume in, and then maybe a couple of extra hits, and then quickly evade away. I got away with things here that I legitimately thought should have hit me. But nothing ever did, and I'm happy with that. And then a little bit later, we're going to be doing what I think is like one of the top hard fights in the entire game under Pain Plus conditions, and I believe I only had about maybe one violation where I accidentally used the Golden Fleece, but other than that, it was done completely under Pain Plus conditions. And the reason I suffered through it this time again was because I was really proud of the fact that I did it on Pain Plus originally. You guys never saw the video that it had to be deleted, but it did have to be deleted, and I wanted to show you again, you know, just how it is on Pain Plus, because it's a really bad, just nightmare situation with a whole bunch of, well, first of all, it's on a very small circular platform, and you're facing, I believe, an infinite number of, well, infinite until everybody's dead, an infinite number of the Hades Harpies, and 3 Hades Legionnaires. They might be, no, they're not the captains, they're just the Hades Legionnaires. And it's a fight that would be completely unremarkable other than doing it on Pain Plus. So if you're using magic and rage and going to town with maybe the hammer and things, you probably wouldn't even notice the fight. It's only when you're trying to do it on Pain Plus. It's, do you hear my stomach? My stomach has like saw blades in it. It feels like really bad. So eventually this guy is going to start throwing the rocks at us. Here we go. He's going to give you, look, he gave us a bunch of shit before he did that too. That's nice. He gave us magic, health, and red orbs. So I usually get hit here, but for some reason I was able to time these a little bit well, and that was positive for me anyway, because I almost always get hit on this shit. It's kind of awkward. So there's an ambulance in the background ruining my guide, but then again, it could be an emergency. I mean, it seems like an emergent situation to me if an ambulance is doing something wild like that. But I did remember my mouth's dry. I've been dehydrated because I had some stomach issues. But in video 4, remember that when I put my phone's radio to the mic to show you that this fucking DJ over at the Capitol Public Radio never shuts his fucking mouth. And it's all good because I love Sean. I've been listening to him for like 15 years. I mean, look at that. I didn't even get hit there. Jesus Christ. But this guy, I've mentioned it on Gears of War Ultimate Commentary. It's kind of ironic because I think he's like a computer tech. It's like a computer technician. And he doesn't like emails. Like, he recognizes the importance of using emails and the efficiency of using an email rather than, you know, paper and pen sort of communications, which are pretty much getting rendered obsolete. But he really favors and not necessarily favors, but like really, like, if you're gonna send him a letter. So this dude is the DJ at the music booth for his program that he does, which is an opera program, and he always gives out his email address, but he likes it more if people send him letters and stuff like that. And then on the program, the anecdote that I couldn't remember in video 4 is actually the following. So somebody sent him a handwritten letter, and then apparently it was such a wonderful letter. This woman sent this handwritten letter, you know, with a pen and paper, and then he said, well, on the radio to her, he thanked her, and then he said, well, here, check your mail, because I'm gonna send you like some CDs or whatever it was. I'm not sure. It's probably opera CDs or classical CDs or something. But this, I mean, that's kind of playing favorites, that motherfucker. Like, so the people that just email them don't get the CDs and the DVDs, so I have to send you a fucking letter. Not to mention, I don't even want your goddamn bullshit, you know, whatever you're gonna give me. I don't want it. And he always says, you know, keep the emails coming. And I've sent him so many emails over the years. I've hardly ever got a response. And do you think I'm going to go out of my way to send you a handwritten letter, you son of a bitch? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I think he's just playing favorites over there. So I'm sure he probably... Look at that, I'm getting away with murder here. And the thing is, too, and I never should have done this. Like, I loved his show. I do love his show. Because he puts on a really good show when he's not talking so much extra. It's fine to talk a little bit, but when you're making your show go overboard because you keep fucking talking, it gets to the point where, you know, my enjoyment's lessening because of it. And I also didn't get the QuickTime event on this guy either, which is kind of strange. See, he just went like that, no QuickTime event. And then he's going to leave a piece of shit on the ground for you to jump off of. But I had some operas, they were DVDs, like live opera on DVDs, and I can't believe I sent them to him, like, out of appreciation and thanking this dude for a show. They were valuable DVDs too. Like, one of them was a rare one that was like $80, and I sent them to this guy. And I really wish I hadn't, because I don't think he was grateful. I never heard a thank you on the air. I never got an email of thanks, and I remember I included my email. But just, what's your problem? I mean, you're in the tech industry. Emails should be something that you like, and, you know, you realize the validity of an email, you son of a fucking sack of shit. You know, I really love his show, but I've grown over the years to realize that he's so old-fashioned, and I don't know, he's just a shitter, man. Sean's shit. Sean dick, Sean bitch, I don't know. But this room's a bit of a nightmare. I mean, so this woman who sends you, you know, a handwritten letter, she gets some good stuff. I don't know. I don't like people playing favorites and people getting extra goodies and stuff like that. And okay, so a long time ago as well, they used to have cameras in the booth so you can see the people going about their business and doing the shows. They only had the camera in the room, the DJ booth, when it was the fundraiser drive, because it was supposed to be like an extra feature, and everybody can see, you know, who's actually in the control room and what they look like. This term's stupid, by the way. But when his show came on, I was kind of curious. I wanted to see what he looked like, you know, live. I saw his picture on the website. But what happened was a whale came into the room, and it was him. An absolute fucking whale. Like, I can't believe he didn't break his chair when he sat down. And I'm not trying to diss anybody who's fat, but maybe I am. But it's a fucking whale, man. A whale pig. And like, he would keep going and getting snacks and stuff, and I don't know. Sean Dick. Anyway, so I didn't mean to rant about it, but I don't like people playing favorites. It's bullshit. You know, because what if I wrote the most well-worded and like literary and you know, well-written letter via an email, but yet, you know, this woman who wrote a handwritten letter, she could have just written a bunch of scribbles and shit and made a really poor letter, but still she gets the goodies. So anyway, enough of that. There is an urn in here, and we'll shortly see what it is. So I just wanted to apologize too that I couldn't share that anecdote in video 4. I just didn't realize what it was until I thought about it, and it was that bullshit of this woman getting a prize when she shouldn't have. The Urn of Prometheus. We have 2 more to go. Okay, so we're going to knock those down, and we're going to spawn these things. And that really hard fight is the next one that we're going to be doing. Hear my stomach, man? Jesus. Okay, so when I first did this fight on Pain Plus a few weeks ago or a month ago, however long it was, it took about 5 or 6 hours. This time it took about half that. And that can kind of show you, just even if you are fully aware of the fight, how much struggling you might be in for. And only attempt this, guys, if you want to be doing a Pain Plus attempt at it. And what we're going to be doing is collision. It's something that we've been discussing a lot on this walkthrough, and it's nothing new. It's just that there isn't much room. The Legionnaires can easily damage you, and by that I mean you're almost getting killed. If you're at full health and you get hit a couple of times, you're at half-life, basically. And anyway, this is where it commences, and it is a real hard fight under Pain Plus, and we're going to be doing Pain Plus conditions here, except for that one violation that I had. So fly on down here, and then the first Legionnaire is going to spawn right there. You don't have to wait until he's buffered. As soon as you see him, launch him, and then we're going to be using square triangle O hold to throw the Hades Harpies at the captain, or excuse me, the Hades Legionnaires here. And if you're lucky, the Hades Harpy will knock one of the Legionnaires down. They normally don't fall down that often, but this was a really successful run. And don't get any illusions here, guys, because this is you should see how fast you can die here. It's pretty crazy. So if you see me doing a lot of plumes here, it's not because I'm trying to damage the Legionnaires. It's because I'm trying to bounce the birds and then go in for O holds and do the collision, just like that. But I missed. Heartbreaking, but it happens. And if these guys are anywhere near you, just don't commit to the O hold, because they're gonna hit you. And you see the Harpy to the right? He usually gets stuck over there. That happens really commonly. He's out of it anyway. And see how I'm getting caught on that like that? Be very careful of that. That was an accident. I was using the combat roll, and I had just parried, and that was just a transgression, so I apologize. So we've taken care of one of the Hades Legionnaires. And I don't know when the third one comes out, because there are 3. Now, it's either on a timer, or it's after you kill the second one. I think it's the latter case. So you just have to be quickly moving around the room, continually spacing yourself from these guys, and just, if you think that rolling is going to get you hit, just stand there and guard. And just be mindful of the fact that... Wait, are there 2 now or what? Be mindful of the fact that you've also got the AoEs, and that means that these guys are going to do their kamikaze dive. He does that 4-hit poke that takes up a lot of time here. And he should also be getting killed here. Yeah. See, I'm trying to... it's okay to do that as long as you don't follow it up with a riposte, as it were. So the main goal here, if you're curious about what exactly do I need to do here, the main goal is to bounce the Harpies, because once they're bounced, you can hold the O button and then fling them at the Legionnaires. They just have too much life to work on them with normal hits, especially with the Harpies wreaking havoc with all of their attacks. Okay, so he's done. Now we're gonna have one more of the Legionnaires coming, And Jesus, this is just really hard, but I've always enjoyed this. Like, as much as the suffering has been with me on these, I've always really liked it, even, you know, through all the deaths. Okay, so at the end like this, you should just have 2 at a time. Of course, if you just want to finish them off, you can grab them if they're close to you. But once again, our goal is really just to keep on the move and just continually try to bounce the harpies. There is just a lot of pressure on you. Is there 3 of them? No, there's still 2. Like, see, what the fuck was that? And then, of course, that happens. Do you know what happened? I failed the fucking QuickTime event. That's why he's still around. That bird. It's just amazing how far away they can hit you from. It's just crazy. Okay. So let's just get these guys bounced. There we go. For some reason it targeted the other harpy, possibly because the Hades Legionnaire was off screen. That's a big possibility. And when there are no harpies around, go to town on them. Just go absolutely nuts on them. Launch, hit in the air, do everything you need to. And of course, if you want to make this really simple, you can just stone shatter the Legionnaires and use magic and use rage, and you'll be done with it so quick. But I really like this, honestly. What else? These guys really like to block, too. I get so indignant when they block, it's not even funny. And we're setting this guy up for a big fall over here. There we go. The QuickTime event, it doesn't give you the longest amount of time to press it either. And, okay, so all of the Legionnaires are dead. We've still got Harpies to deal with. So that tells you that as long as Legionnaires are around, you'll still have to kill the Harpies. Even if the fight's pretty much over, you've still got to clear out any Harpies that were around when you're fighting the rest of them. And I know that was something that perhaps sounded ironic, but just realize that any Harpies that are flying around afterwards need to be dispatched. Okay, so after all of that hard work, if for some reason you don't make these jumps and you fall into the abyss, I don't know if they checkpoint it. So just be exceedingly careful. Okay guys, so we're going to make our way over to the save point now. And we've got some ascending to do. And so we haven't used magic yet. I'm just going to use it at the end of the video here, guys, because for about 20 or 25 minutes I was trying to kill the Fate's Guardians without using magic and without taking damage, and it just got to the point, and it could have been because I was sick and my stomach is just absolutely fucking killing me. I don't know if it's food poisoning or something, but I'm gonna have to take some more antacid. I can't deal with this. It's just too painful. So I said to myself, just stop, Bick, just stop. This isn't a pain plus run. This isn't a no damage run. Okay? You have so much flexibility and you're making it considerably harder than it has to be. So I listened to myself for once. I mean, you hear my stomach? It's so painful. God damn. There's also a Gorgon Eye on top of the rocks over here if you want to get that. And a keen eye will notice that there was an edit right there because these rocks fell apart, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, I wasn't wasting your time. So when you get up here, you're going to get a checkpoint, and we're going to be doing the rock scaling. I don't know. This part, it just seems kind of lame to me. There's one section that I think you might need advice on, just very briefly. But all you need to do is just jump back and forth as you're ascending the crags here. And this is the part where you might need a little bit of help, because otherwise it's really easy to get killed here. So when you get up here, watch what I do. Stay a little close to the wall and then start sliding, because if you're too far to the left, you could actually, when you're avoiding those, you could actually fall right into that boulder that was coming there to the extreme left. So if you're further to the right, when you do your left like jump or leap to the left, you'll be perfectly in cover rather than being right under that boulder that's most likely going to be falling at that time. So all we need to do is break some chains here, and then we're going to be given the Atlas Quake. So I haven't used magic yet. Oh, there's a couple of quick time events here that you're supposed to do. To my understanding, that is alternating, not pressing those simultaneously. And you're going to be doing it twice. And I'm almost certain that Kronos' Rage dispatches these Guardians faster than does Atlas Quake. But I just felt like using it. This was the part that I was trying to do no damage. It's highly possible. I've already done it before, no damage, but there comes a point that it's just, you know, enough's enough. Enough's enough. So I wanted to thank you guys very much for watching this campaign. We're probably halfway done by now. And the next video is going to contain the Protect the Translator section that I haven't as yet done. So this could be the final video in the series if I can't do it. Because that is a potential guide ending part. And it's a make it or break it part that, just like the Loom Chamber, all bets are off pretty much, guys. So I want you guys to do one thing, and one thing only, and that is to please take care.